Welcome back to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. Here at the Initiative, we discuss everything in Afrofuturism from A to Z, plus some letters that haven't been discovered yet, because the future. I am your host, Darren Bradley, and today we're going to talk about some DC news and a couple of trailers I'm really hyped about. But first, if you can follow us on our social media at Afro Anime Initiative on Instagram and Facebook, one word, and follow us on Facebook on our page and our group. Come join us there, have some fun, learn some things. And follow us at Afro_AI on Twitter and right here on YouTube. And while you're on YouTube, do me a favor. Do those YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another podcast and stay up to date with us. Man, I'm riding by myself. Short and sweet. Let's just get right into it. James Gunn's Suicide Squad has started their promotional marketing, right? So cool. Trailer, dope. I like how they have the cast leak out the trailer. It was super funny, kind of making fun of some of the stuff they do at Marvel. It was really cool, and the trailer itself was really nice. Idris Elba's character was like, it's really fun. Again, kind of like a Deadshot character, but not Deadshot if you watch the other movie or if you know your DC stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it's really dope. I really feel like they showed some stuff, like they showed some story, really great action, really good comedy, and some characters that you'll be real interested to see how they die. I mean, Suicide Squad, they're gonna die. And I probably got demonetized for saying suicide so many times at the beginning of this movie. Of this video. Oh well. Anyway, really cool stuff. But again, the marketing is what got this story. So the poster for the movie has also come out too. And they're promoting comic books. Like the physical comic books, the things you go into the store and buy or get from your Kindle or whatever you read your digital books on. And it's really dope. I think that's really cool that they're supporting the source material. Go buy the comic book. Even if the comic book isn't exactly like the movie, you still might learn stuff about some characters, discover new characters you might like and want to read more about. Which then, if you read more about them, if you buy the books, guess what? They just might get into a movie. See how that works? I just thought it was really cool marketing and really smart of them to do to support the comic book shops because, after the pandemic, it's been kind of tough on brick and mortar stores, and even on the digital side, digital stuff sales have been going through the roof. But with manga and stuff and Afrofuturism, maybe not with the main boys DC and Marvel. So it's some stuff that can be worked out and build up themselves. Give them some more money. So you get your favorite stuff. But no, I think it's just really cool that they're promoting it. Like, hey, this movie didn't come out of thin air. There's a source material. Go support the source material. And the new Suicide Squad book from DC is pretty dope. So yeah, check it out. But there may be one less place to check it out and somehow still the same place, which brings us to our next story. Comixology announced this week that they are pulling away their DC app. That's the app that they have specifically for DC, which is separate from the HBO Warner Brothers run DC Universe app. Now, what they're doing is taking their DC app and folding it into their already existing Comixology app. If you go to bleedingcool.com, they have a really cool story about it. Plus, they also have the instructions about how to do that so you don't lose any of the comics you purchase through the Comixology DC app. I think it's understandable. Ever since the DC Universe app came out, it didn't make sense for Comixology to have their own separate DC app. That's literally what the DC Universe app is. And even though the DC Universe app isn't as good as it used to be before HBO Max, it's still a good source for DC comic books if that's all you're really looking for. But again, Comixology is a great source for a lot of comic books. Amazon owned, I believe. Yeah, I don't know why I said run, but owned. And they do a lot of really cool stuff. If you got Prime, you get some free comic books with Prime. If you have a Kindle subscription, you get free comic books with that too. But also, you get discount on a lot of comic books. I'm a Comixology guy. Love it. That's where I read most of my comic books now. So it's a cool move, a smart move. Consolidate your stuff. Get everything in one place. And again, less work. I don't think people are losing jobs. I think they're all going to move over to Comixology to keep the catalog maintained and curate it. So I think that's really going to be a good move. And again, with DC promoting buying digital comic books, let's make it simpler and easier so people don't get confused. Go to DC Universe, go to Comixology. Good job. Read more comic books, buy more books. We have the initiative, support reading, love reading, and definitely buy as many books as you can and read them. I'm behind on a lot of books, but I did purchase them. I did not steal them, okay? All right. Like I said, this is going to be a short and sweet podcast today, guys. So we're moving on. Those are the two stories that I really like because, my partners aren't here, my co-hosts, so they didn't drop any stories they wanted me to talk about. But those are two that caught my eye. But also, here are some trailers that got me super, super hyped. And I got to go to the notes for that. So, Candyman, coming out this year, 2021. Directed by Nia DaCosta and produced by Jordan Peele. And I believe he wrote some of it too. Oh my God, this trailer is fantastic. This trailer is about a student goes into the gentrified Cabrini Green projects in Chicago. They tore down the project, so now it's low income homes, and they're like, yo, so the people might have been gone, the buildings might have been gone, but the stories gone? And there's a story about the urban myth of Candyman. Now there are different stories because there's the original movie from the 80s, and then there's this new movie. They switched it up a little bit about what happened, but just say a black person got unjustly murdered by some cops. And their spirit comes back to seek revenge. But the thing is, they don't always just seek revenge on the people that harmed them. And again, evil spirits. They're just going to be evil spirits. And this is that tale. Like, so the story is gone. The people are gone. Wait, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. The people are gone. The buildings are gone. The neighborhood has changed, but have the stories left. The spirits gone. And I think it's a really cool story about gentrification, too. Like, what happens when people live in an area for so long without any support, then you take it away, but give that support to new people that come in? What does that do to a neighborhood? What does that do to the stories? What does that do to the consequences of it all? And Jordan Peele, mastermind, batting 1,000. I cannot wait. He's batting 1,000 with his projects. Nia DaCosta look like she's doing great work. The trailer is fantastic. It's spooky. It's scary. It's a horror story, but there's still a commentary on social ills and social things, which Jordan Peele has found a beautiful balance to. I look forward to this. I'm a fan of the original Candyman, The Sound of Bees. Bees sometime around, made me go a little bit, okay, what happened? Who said the name? And it's almost like the Bloody Mary story. You gotta say the name 3 times in the mirror, in the dark. No, not even in the dark. I think you do it with light, and the Candyman shows up. This is not a mirror, so I can say it. I'm cool. Relax. So we have a lot of cool things. We have a lot of cool stuff with the Candyman, and I think it's gonna be great. It's starring, I believe Tony Todd is back as Candyman. I got Tony Todd down here, so he must be back. I got it written down. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Tiana Paris, and again, I cannot wait. In theaters, August 21st, 2021. I look forward to this. It got me hyped. This trailer has me hyped. And there's another trailer that got me going this week that I really couldn't wait to talk about. And it is Netflix's The Harder They Fall. Also starring Idris Elba. Idris Elba out here doing some stuff. Concrete Cowboys on Netflix. The Harder They Fall with Netflix. We got the DC movie, The Suicide Squad. Idris Elba out here becoming a movie star. Well, he always was to me. But maybe now everybody else will recognize that he's a big-time movie star. But this man, anything, we're going to go see it. In theaters or not, we're going to go see it. Okay? But this movie is... Let me tell you what this movie's about. The Harder They Fall. It's a revenge story set in the Old West about a man who's breaking out of jail and getting his gang back together because his enemy is getting released from jail. But there's a twist. All the main characters, all the stars, are historical black figures from the Old West. You say, Darren, historical black figures from the Old West? Yes, the people who actually did all the stuff in the Old West, the Buffalo Soldiers, the saving the railroads, building the railroads, establishing law, doing some bad stuff to Native Americans too. Gotta tell the truth, gotta tell the facts. They did some stuff out there, because they tamed the West. Those stories from John Wayne, all them old Western movies, them old Western souls, all them white people doing that stuff, that's not true. They took those stories from black people who settled after slavery, who left after the emancipation, even though, Juneteenth is celebrated because it was in waves. Not everybody got free the day it happened when the bill was passed. They went out to the West for freedom. They went out to the West to settle, to establish new homes, to get away from that stuff. And they had to do some things that a lot of people took credit for what they did not do. The lawmen, the criminals, and the settlers. Even the term cowboys used to be derogatory because black slaves or black indentured servants, they were both, by the way, they were the ones who took care of the cattle. And cowboys was used as a derogative term until black people took the term and turned it into a badge of honor. Like, no, we cowboys, we out here, we doing real work. And then white people took that term and gave it to themselves. Like, yeah, we're cowboys, we're out here, we did all this cool stuff, this romanticism of the West. Cut that mess out. And even though this movie is historical fiction, it's not accurate to these characters, but it does show their personalities and that they exist. Because sometimes just saying that black people exist and did these things, unfortunately, is astonishing these days, because a lot of people are keeping real history from being told. And I think this movie is a good step forward, kind of like with what Netflix did with Yasuke. I always mess up that name. I'm sorry, y'all. When they tried to tell the tale of the actual black samurai. Now, was it real good? No, but it got the conversation out there about talking about this man who was a real samurai, a black African man in Japan. And I think this can do the same thing about these real people in the American West and what they did and the historical things they did. And those stories are going to be told, and I think this is a good thing. Get the names out there, make a cool movie, people do their own research, or then somebody will release a documentary. Hey, that's how it usually goes. Then they'll release a documentary telling the truth. I think it's dope. Great. Like I said, I look forward to that. And this also comes out later this fall, 2021. Man, a lot of cool, nice, dope movies coming out. Black-centric movies coming out. And I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. And that's all I have in my notes. Like I said, guys, super quick, real short, and just me letting you know what I saw this week, which I really look forward to. So in the comments below, tell me what you're looking forward to. Are you going to see Suicide Squad in theaters? Are you going to see Candyman in theaters? Are you looking forward to Netflix doing a lot more movies like this? Are you looking forward to more Idris Elba? Let me know down in the comments. So if you can follow us on our social media at Afro Anime Initiative, that is on Instagram and on Facebook. We have a Facebook page and a group. Follow them both. And follow us at Afro_AI on Twitter and right here on YouTube. And while you're on YouTube, please do all those YouTube things. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another podcast. I look forward to see you guys later. Enjoy. Peace.